there's been like surveys of men where the majority of men think that they are much more competent or capable in a fight scenario than they are.
Yeah.
Like 90% of men are just victims. They don't even realize it. And I think one of so what you just described there, I've seen it frequently.
Yeah.
And what I interpret it as,
Yeah.
and I could be wrong.
Yeah.
This is just one man's interpretation. Is it's the recognition that you're gonna lose, that you're in over your head, that you're gonna lose this fight, and so it's better to try. It's better to not fight it.
Yeah.
Or to not care, to pretend like I don't care.
Yeah.
And to like manufacture an excuse for like why it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
If you really wanted to win, if you really like thought you could win, you wouldn't be like, oh, this is making me uncomfortable. And give up and lose. You make an excuse for yourself that's like, oh, I think I'm going to lose this fight. And so maybe I just like not try.
I'm sure that was definitely
like there's a lot of, I see it a lot.
Really?
Yeah, because like you get all sorts of people that come into the gym and train, new people, and you see all sorts of psychologies and egos, but there's like always like these repeating patterns of behaviors. And one of those is the people who just, they're going through the motions under the guise of not caring.
Okay.
And it's like, why are you here if you're just going to go through the motions and pretend like you don't care? Because the fight requires you to try.
Yeah.
A fight by like the verb fight. Like we use that as like you have to try, you have to fight for it.
Yeah.
It's not easy. And most people, once they realize, oh, this is not going to be easy because the very nature of what I'm doing is fighting, then they check out. And they don't really like figure out what they're capable of. They don't try. Or they black out and they go insane. And they just go like murderous rage. And you're like, well, that was a weird response. That's not a weird response, but it's like, it's literally fight or flight.
Yeah.
Some people will go like, they'll see red and they'll just like go insane. And you're like, oh, this isn't fun to go against you because you're just being spastic. Yeah. The other is like the flight. You're not literally running away. Like you didn't literally run away. Yeah. You metaphorically ran away. Yeah. Right? Like you were presented a situation to either fight and try or fly and not try. Yeah. And you chose not to try. Yeah. And your brain is a reason generating machine. So it always comes up with a reason for why you did a thing. Yeah. It always try to explain away, oh, I did it because I wasn't really feeling it. I wasn't comfortable with like the touching. I just didn't care. It's like we were just doing it for points. So like, what was the point? Like all of these things, like your brain retroactively comes up with these explanations. And it's like, yeah, that can be true. If you want it to be true, I guess. Yeah. Like, does it serve you? I mean, what are you served by there? Like that's like a really an important question. Like not just for you, like to think, because we've all done this where it was like we're doing something hard. The moment it got difficult, like you're out for a run by yourself, and the moment it got difficult, you're like, what's the point of this? And you like scaled back a bit. Yeah. You had a choice in that moment to fight or to fly, and you flew away. And you made an explanation, which was like, oh, is this a training run? The race is still a couple weeks out. I don't want to ruin the training. I don't want to blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And those can be all true. But does that help you? Does that help you as an individual in your mindset of like, or would you be better served being like, you know what? I was a coward that day. I chose the easy path. Next time, I'm not going to be lulled into complacency. I'm not going to take the easy path. I'm not going to make the excuses. I'm going to do the thing that I said I was going to do, which is I'm going to run this distance at this pace. I'm going to go until I can't do it. Like that one serves you. The other one coddles you. And again, this is like where mediocrity or complacency is the bugaboo of greatness. The reason that you're not achieving your greatness is because it's too easy for you to get lulled into complacency. When the moment to fight arises and you have that opportunity, you default to complacency. You default to the explanation of like, oh, I just wasn't really feeling it. Like the points, I didn't really want to touch this other guy, like all that stuff, whatever. It's like, Okay, that's true, but doesn't help you.
Mm.
Doesn't like did that move? Does that explanation you had for that situation move you any? Does it move you forward in life?
No.
No, no. It just coddles you. It just like holds you in a place, and so I would always look at that, even if what I'm saying is not true.
Yeah.
It's useful,
Mhm.
if not true. It doesn't have to be true to be useful.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with like limiting beliefs, empowering beliefs. Limiting beliefs don't have to be true, and we know that. Like we tell ourselves all sorts of things that limit us that aren't not literally true, and yet we believe them.
Yeah.
Same with empowering beliefs. Like we have that same ability to adopt an empowering belief. Empowering belief is I pussied out. I chose not to fight. That seems like a limiting belief, but that's actually an empowering belief, because now you get to call it for what it is, and you get to reframe it next time to do something heroic and be courageous and actually fight, and not take the easy road out.
Yeah.
Whereas the limiting belief is the one that looks more like reality, might be more truthful. Like I just didn't want to do it. Like it wasn't comfortable. It's like those are all true things. I think there's a lot to be said about putting yourself in an arena directly against another human. This is why competition is good. I think competition is good because it allows you to see not just you measure against yourself, but measure yourself against another person. It doesn't mean you're better or worse than them, but to see like to test yourself against this thing that is beyond yourself. And I think that scares a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like, and it can be dangerous, obviously, if the other person's aggressive and like they have something to prove, like that's scary.
Yeah.
But that's one of the reasons jiu-jitsu is so powerful, is that you get to train with these other people who are also competent and capable in their own rights. And then you can see your inadequacies very clearly in a competition. There's no hiding in a competition.
Yeah.
Like that. And when people say like, oh, I'm not competitive, I don't like competition. All I hear is I like to hide. I like to not know the full truth of who I am and what I'm capable of. Outside of a competition, you can always come up with excuses. Like you can always come up with justifications, and like, but a competition solidifies, and it said you were this on this day. You were number one. You were number two. You lost. It is what it is. The ball doesn't lie. I think it's PvP, but the most important player you're playing against is yourself.
Yeah.
But the problem is like it doesn't serve you to not compete against others, because it's in the competition against others that you see what's capable. And in seeing that what's capable, your player can improve. If you never competed against those other people and you just trained by yourself over here in the corner all the time, and you never had any benchmarks to go against from other people, then yeah, you might be improving every day and be better than what you were yesterday. But given relative to what you could be had you had exposure to this, it's like if you want to be a world-class athlete, you need to go train with world-class athletes. There's very few people like that can just come out of the woodwork having trained only by themselves for years in isolation and come and win at the highest levels.
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't really happen, and it's why like athletes have these big natural jumps in capability when they go from high school to college to pro, because they're getting around people who are expanding the possibilities. They're showing them, hey, there's different levels to this game. And you could discover that on your own, but it's a rate of iteration. It's a rate of learning.
Yeah.
It's a faster rate of learning when you're up against other people, because when it's just you only have your own one frame of reference, one data point. When you're going against others, you have all of their data points to compare to. And so if you're really trying to win that PvP in life of like, I want to be the best version of myself possible, then that also means you use the tools that you have available to help hold up a mirror so you can see just how good you are.